Welcome everybody to Life in the Peloton's Race Radio, brought to you by SHOKZ. Stu and I back again for our third race in this incredible B calendar series that Mitch has sent us to. Where are we?
Yeah, we're at the Route du Sud. You can't get any more south in France without going to Spain.
We're in Castres, which is a town that's not far from the foothills. The Pyrenees are within touching distance.
Yeah, you can sense them, their majesty and their unknowableness.
It's steaming hot. It's 34 degrees. It's 7 p.m.
Yeah, I've got an orange weather warning on my phone right now telling us that it's unseasonably hot here.
Unseasonably hot to podcast.
yeah.
Unseasonably hot to race.
Danger to podcasters.
Well, we're on a bit of a pilgrimage, aren't we, Stu?
Yeah.
We've been sent to the Route du Sud, which used to be called the Route du Sud.
Yes, yeah, right.
And in 2010, our fearless leader, Mitch, won a stage here.
He did. Riding for Skill Shimano, very, very cool team kit. And we've come to sort of relive that moment to find out what is so special about this race.
There might be nothing special about this race. We were talking to a man at a bar a few minutes ago, and it was hilarious for me as you were trying to explain to him why we were here. Yeah, we're here because an Australian rider won a stage here 16 years ago.
What did you know about it before we came? What do you know of this race?
Well, it's funny. The first time I became aware of this race was in 2020. That was the COVID year. All the racing was cancelled, and then Route du Sud was the first race back. The defending Tour de France champion Egan Bernal turned up, and the start list was incredible. Yeah. And it was way, way, way better than it had been for years and years and years. And so I remember watching it on TV because we were so starved of racing back then.
So what have we found out?
Well, it's a really interesting race, and the thing that I love the most about this race is it's run by volunteers. And it was started in 1977. This is the 49th edition this year, so there's a few years where it wasn't on. It wasn't run 2 years ago because the Olympics were on, and all of the police were having to work at the Olympics, so they didn't have enough police to cover this race. They had to cancel it. Mad. All of that for Remco Evenepoel to be a big baby under the Eiffel Tower. The race was founded by a guy called Jacques Esclassin. Probably not familiar to you and I, dear listener.
Yeah.
But he is a French 5-time stage winner at the Tour de France, and he thought, do you know what? I'd quite like to start a race from where I come from. So it was the Tour du Tarn, which is the name of was the name of this region.
Yeah.
And so he founded the race then. Of course, he won the first edition, as you would hope.
How many people raced the first edition besides?
Well, he beat a young Bernardino, who the next year went on to win his first Tour de France. So not
there you go.
Pas mal, as they say in French. The race got kind of bigger and better after a few years, becoming the Tour Midi-Pyrénées and then the Route du Sud.
Yeah.
Where are we right now? What's happened?
First of all, Mitch won a stage, and then we fast-forwarded 16 years, and then we witnessed, talking about French riders, Thibaut Gouel won today.
Yeah, go on, Stu, make the joke.
No grill for dinner for him.
No.
I had to think for a minute there. He thanked his team effusively at the end, didn't he? He was just extremely grateful. He was like, infinite thanks. Quite touching.
We arrived into Toulouse and hot-footed it in the Citroën rental car to see if we could catch the end of the first stage.
Yeah, it had to be a French car.
We just managed to see them go past. About 10k to go. And
there's a climb.
It was a bit of a climb, and the riders knew that the climb was just happening, and they saw me, and I had 6 water bottles chucked at me.
This boy looks thirsty.
Yeah.
Those bottles were incredibly sticky.
Oof. Yeah, full of carb mix and who knows what else. I mean, we are in France after all. What are we hoping to see?
Besides melting tarmac, you said it's 3 stages. I think normally it's 4, so there's usually a bit more climbing. And I suppose the area we're in, there's the Pyrenees. Yeah. There's a lot of mountains in the Pyrenees, let me tell you. And understatement of the episode. We're getting 1 day. We're getting one climber's day. It would have been nice to have seen more.
Tomorrow's a bit of a sprinter's day, isn't it?
Then on Saturday we've got the real Midi-Pyrenees.
Yeah, that's where the race will be won.
Yeah,
we're just going to go on a bit of an adventure to see what we can discover about the race and about the culture of cycling here. That's the challenge and the mission that Mitch has set us for this year. Of course, we're here thanks to the amazing support of SHOKZ, the partner for our series on Life in the Peloton's Race Radio. Stu, tell me about SHOKZ.
Well, I mean, I still think bone conduction, that sounds like magic. They actually do sound like magic.
Well, when they're in your ear, well, they're not in your ears, they're around your ears.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, it's unbelievable.
Ear adjacent. We'll talk about them a little bit more later on, but yeah, we're sold on SHOKZ.
And they've got a sale on at the moment, so keep listening for more details on that. As I said earlier, we're here on a pilgrimage. Mitch's glorious stage win.
Oh yeah,
the last win of his career. Should we see what he had to say?
Yeah, I think we should hear from the horse's mouth, as it were.
Let's do it. Over to Mitch.
look, I'm just as surprised as you guys that I was able to win a stage there. I was just as surprised when I got the call up, more like it. When I did get the call up to that race, I won a race, my first ever race, and it was Delta Tour of Zealand. I beat none other than Tyler Farrar. I was over the moon. The missus came across from London, who was living over there, whose brain explosion idea that was. But anyway, we thought she'd live in London, I'd live in Holland. That'd be great.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
We're like that much close to each other, yet that much further away because we couldn't afford it. But we saved up enough money for her to come over, and she arrived just as I won a stage. We had a night in Ghent. Everything was dandy. We went back to Durningen where I lived. Life couldn't be sweeter until I got the call
Oh
from
my
the
God,
DS.
she must have thought you were the new Tom Boonen.
Exactly. I've got a photo. It's on my Facebook. The winning calves. A photo of my calves. You know, these are it. You know, I was.
And that's her golden ticket to the big time.
I was on my way, and then I got the call, the dreaded call. Mitch, we need a rider for Route du Sud. You know, because I was in good form. They're thinking, well, if he can win there, he can win anywhere. And so, well, unfortunately, I proved them right. But yeah, I got sent to Route du Sud, and I was heartbroken. Liddy was heartbroken. She was stuck in Durningen, a one-horse town, and off I went, shipped off to Route du Sud, which I knew nothing about, and I soon found out it wasn't a race for me. It was so mountainous. It was ridiculous.
Of course, it's now, the Route du Sud you're saying is now called La Route d'Occitanie, which is, you know, we're making the pilgrimage 16 years after this win, you know, the classic anniversary. So what was it like? And why are we back here?
Well, it's a funny race because, you know, I've got fond memories from it because obviously I had well, not obviously, but I had a stage win there. So I got away in the breakaway and I was just out there. The beautiful thing about it was I wasn't supposed to be. This is, if you're a pro, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And you can probably relate this to all walks of life in any kind of scenario you're in. When you're not supposed to be somewhere, the situation doesn't suit you. You don't give two fucks. That all of a sudden everything clicks, doesn't it? And you're like, why can't I have this attitude always in my life? And then like, you know, things just roll. Things were rolling. I couldn't get in breakaways. All of a sudden I was in the break of the day. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm in the break of the day. So I didn't care about anything. I'm just sitting on. Everyone's letting me sit on. I slowly get dropped, and then as I get dropped on the last climb, I descend like a madman. I find myself back in the front group, and I look around the front group and realize I'm with just like all these weedy climbers and go, oh, I should probably win today. All of a sudden, that became a bit harder because Matthias Sprick, who'd beaten me in Langkawi a couple of years ago, chipped off the front. Yeah. And I thought, oh my God, it's deja vu. Spricky's going to win again. I'm going to wrap up the sprint for second, which is what happened at Langkawi. Yeah. So I chased him down, and then I thought, oh, I've done too much. We're in a K to go. What am I going to do? The guy in front of me decides to just lead the sprint out, aka lead me out. I'm like, this is too good to be true. I'm just watching the banners go past. 500. Oh no, they're going to come. 400. They're going to come. 300, 200. I've got to go. Sprinted and won the stage. So I got really fond memories of that moment of like being gifted this win. And I was just in this really good spot. I went into my break. Long time later, I did the race again with EF. So much, much later. A hot, hard race, small towns, real local fans. Like, I mean, the small towns you ride through the Pyrenees there, they're like, you think to yourself, I'd love to come back here. Mm-hmm. These are little mountain towns, and the starts, it's a really low-key start. Like, everyone's just cruising around. The pros are there. They're literally, you walk in, you could have a coffee at a little coffee shop. No one would bother you. Like, I mean, it's low key. It's like, but the best riders are still there. Like, I mean, not every single team, but the quality of riders. You could potentially run into like a Tour de France stage winner or a top 10 in GC could be there. Armstrong used to do it as his old test race, you know. Mm-hmm. Things have changed since then in terms of the quality of riders go there. But I mean, still good quality riders go there, but it feels like elements of I wouldn't say amateur race, but a low-level race in terms of stress. That's what I love about it. In terms of hardness, top tier.
Nice one, Mitch.
Yeah, boys. Well, the weather's going to be good, and no doubt there will be a cleansing ale or a vino in that part of the world.
Amazing.
Love it.
Cheers, Mitch.
Cheers, boys. Have fun.
Is there anything better than the sound of a free hub, the sight of a lithe man in lycra on a summer's day in France, Harry?
No, absolutely not. Thanks to Mitch there for that great interview. Mitch, We're here because of you, and we couldn't be happier.
Pigs and shit. We are in Courdes-sur-Ciel at the start of stage 2 of the Route du Sud. It's a beautiful day. Courdes-sur-Ciel is a little hilltop town. In French, it's a bastide. It's like a fortified town on a hill. Medieval. You can imagine people shooting arrows probably out of these little windows up here.
It's a beautiful place to start a bike race, and it wouldn't be Life in the Peloton's Race Radio, brought to you by SHOKZ, without our customary pit walk.
No. We just walked from the start. Riders are already buzzing by to sign on. And we're going to wander down, we're going to see who we can see.
I guess we should talk a little bit about the race. This year's start line, I'll be honest, it's not amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't recognise that many names.
Yeah, the big ticket name is one of the Giro's breakout riders, Davide Piganzoli from Team Visma, Lisa Bike, and he was obviously one of the best climbers in the race, and with a big mountain on tomorrow's last stage 3, he's probably the big favourite for the race.
See him shine.
But then it's quite interesting because there's a big assortment of... We've got a few World Tour teams, a few Pro Conti teams, but then we've also got some just Conti teams as well. We've got some local French teams. So it's always a strange combination of factors, like how the racing plays out. Here's the Cofidis team bus here, just on the left. Of course, a classic French team. Quite underperforming, though, for years, I would say.
Notice how at the back of the bus, the window's held on by gaffer tape. That's a sign of...
I think that's maybe a metaphor for their performances.
A sign of the times.
Can you name a single Cofidis rider, Stu?
Ilya Viviani?
Isn't he retired?
He is.
I'm pretty sure Brian Coquard is.
Of course, a French. Well done, Harry.
Yeah, guaranteed that Cofidis rider will win the stage today.
Yeah.
God, look, even the other car's got a scratch all down the side as well.
They'll not be getting
bad drivers as well as bad riders.
Little shady hill here. Just a minute ago, we witnessed the Visma bus. Biggest team, biggest bus. They reversed up the hill.
Yeah, up this
hill. That could be the most impressive thing I'll see all day.
Yeah, this is a narrow street that's quite steep. But, you know, it is their job, Stu.
Yeah, I'm in zone 4 already walking up this hill, Harry, I'll be honest with you.
We're here with Robert Wagner, former pro rider and now DS at Visma Lisa Bike.
Yes.
Robert, you were a teammate and a mate of Mitch back in the day. And obviously, there's a reason we're here. We're also on a hunt about what young Mitch was like. Tell us how you know him, how you raced with him, what he was like.
I became teammates with Mitch, I'm not sure, 2008 or 9, something like that. And we spent at least 2 years together in Skill Shimano. Mitch first lived in the Netherlands, and then I'm allowed to say that I brought him down to Belgium, to Kelmis-La Calamine, where he lived with his wife Lydia. So we had a great time there in Kelmis. Also, he shared first also apartment with Simon Geschke.
Oh, you
so
go.
Also Simone was involved back then in the Kelmis connection.
So he was hanging out with big dogs from the start.
Yeah. yes. His biggest idol was back then Jan Ulrich. Janus, he called him. Janus, big Janus. We all know that Mitch likes here and there a good beer. So when we
was it always the case?
So when we had our ride, cyclists normally stop for a coffee. Mitch was stopping for a beer and was drinking a cold one. So
even as a young 22-year-old
for sure.
neo-pro.
Was totally normal. Was totally normal back then.
He must have been pretty wide-eyed back then. I mean, like he's a fan of a beer, obviously, but like coming to Belgium, God, he would have been spoiled.
In heaven. He was in heaven, 100%.
Yeah.
Tell us what he was like as a young pro coming over, because it was a different time back then as well, and obviously he got a win here in 2010, so in the second year, and then at the Delta Zeeland Tour as well the week before.
Exactly, yeah. Mitch came in as a fast finisher, not a sprinter, but really as a fast finisher. He could climb quite well, so that brought him also, like you said, a stage win here in Occitanie, or it was called back then Route du Sud, I'm quite sure, and Delta Zeeland. We won together. We did that race. We did a race together. Great rememberings back then. And also, I mean, look, he was also 5th or 6th back then in Gent-Wevelgem. So he has and still has had a heart for the classics.
We were asking Mitch about souvenirs, whether he still had his kit from, because I think the Skill Shimano kit looks great. Did you keep any souvenirs from back then? Because he didn't. He told us he doesn't have the jersey anymore.
No, but I know that Mitch is a great fan of the of the 90s, wearing, I think, from Neil Stevens, the Once kit he got from him, if I'm correct. And maybe I still have a Skill Shimano jersey.
Maybe you need to come on, put one in the post over to Australia, Robert.
Okay.
Now we got to do the serious questions now.
Yes.
Obviously, you're here with Visma.
Yeah.
You've brought two of the stars of the Giro, Davide and Tim.
Yes.
Tell us about them. I'd say Davide should be the winner tomorrow. What do you think?
No, I mean, it's
Don't want to put the pressure on you.
No, but it's not a secret. We go for Davide here for the stage win, and also when you go for the stage win, it should be also the GC. Normally, we expect today a bunch sprint. They both, Tim and also Davide, came out of the Giro in still a great shape. Yeah, so
it's a good sign.
So that's a good sign.
Yeah. What are they like off the bike? What's their character like?
Very funny, especially Tim Rex. Yeah, you probably saw him in the famous vlogs. From Victor Campenaerts, the T-Rex. Yeah. I don't think he has a girlfriend yet. That was also a big story. No? But
he's getting ribbed about that, wasn't he?
But that part he can focus on when the season is probably over. So yeah. No, super nice guys. Davide as well. Davide came in from Polti Visit Malta team, from Italian team, and so they fit really well in the group, having fun, and it's a good match. It's a very good match with us. Yeah.
Interesting within Visma, because you have these amazing riders that can often be leaders in other teams, but then they have to work as helpers. How do you manage that as a DS? Because it must be quite hard sometimes, because these kids are so talented, they're used to winning. Like we look at Tim, he rode for himself a lot when he was a junior in under 23, and now he's a helper. Yeah. How do you manage that?
Of course, we have riders. They have their own ambitions, which is just normal. And also that's also why we created. We call it the White Jersey Group. This is obviously here in Occitanie one of the white jersey races we do to give guys like Davide, Tim, etc., Time and Grad we have here, to give them also the chance to go for a stage or a GC themselves. And of course, when we have the big races until now, Jonas, Wout, Matteo, these are the big leaders for now. So there is because they are still tiny bit better. That's normal. But we hope with these races and with our riders that they can develop and stand up for the future. These are our future stars.
Yeah, so you can actually see then that for a huge team like Visma, there is value in coming to races.
Exactly. Yeah, and we are very happy that we can ride here and use these races for the further development of the boys.
Great. Robert, let's try and grab a word with the T-Rex himself. Thank you so much.
I will bring him, no problem.
Thank you. The social media sensation.
Sensation.
Tim Rex, breakout star. Is it gone to your head?
No, not really. Like, it's a bit crazy that now really a lot of people recognize me. Well, it wasn't like that before, but I'm still the same person.
Still the same old Tim from the block.
Yeah.
Tim, it must have been very weird for you seeing the reaction to your facial expressions, but they also were because you did an incredible ride at the Giro. You must be so happy with how it went, and also to work for the eventual winner. But what we all want to know is who the real Tim Rex is. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background in the sport and who you are.
Actually, I come from mountain biking. I was mountain biker until under 23, and then I started on the roads. I was 2 years in Vanti under 23, and then I came to Visma Development, and then I signed World Tour here. And I come out of a little village out of East Belgium actually. It's a part in Belgium many also don't really know. It's actually a part where we speak German, so my mother language is German. Yeah, it's a little part, but it's a really nice region, and that's actually the Tim Rex.
You are actually towering over us at 1.90 m. You know, that is traditional Dutch height. Yeah. But you're a brilliant climber. What you did in the Giro was amazing. Tell us about your love of climbing, but also, what's it like riding and giving your heart out for someone like Jonas? in the mountains?
Yeah, actually, I always liked climbs, but yeah, I'm pretty tall, so also even if I'm really skinny, I will never be a world-class climber because it's just not possible. But I'm really good in long efforts, like steady pace, steady hard pace, and that's what I did in Giro. And yeah, of course, it's really nice when you ride for Jonas and you know he can really finish it off.
We said already social media sensation, but of course you share a team with Victor Kampenaerts, who is a bona fide social media sensation. But the other story on social media from the Giro was peeing in the bidon. Does that ever make you nervous when Victor brings a bottle back from the car? Do you need to sniff it first, or?
No.
He's trustworthy.
There I can be sure that's water or some ISO, but it won't be pee,
He seems like a fun guy, though. What's he like? What's he like when he's not recording?
No, he's a really fun guy. He's even funnier without recording, but in the end everybody's talking bad about the speed or pee bidons, but actually it's, when you think about it, it's quite smart because if we have also to pee and we pee on the bike, so maybe it's even a bit dangerous. Then we pee and stop somewhere and maybe there are spectators. But he just pees in a bidon, and the only problem is when he throws it away.
A fan finds it. And you have to take a...
Oh, that's why it's a bidon so warm.
This is fizzy.
Standing right next to us is Italian stallion Davide Peganzoli, who you raced the Giro with. What can you tell us about this guy?
Oh, he's strong, eh? He's really strong. He's a good guy. He's a good, funny guy.
Tim,
lovely.
Signing for you. Good luck. Enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You get a fine otherwise.
The fine is on my name.
Sorry.
We've wandered over and we've spotted the Bikeade, not a bus, they've got a little camper van. You know a bit about them, Harry?
Yeah, they're a really interesting team. I don't think many of the listeners will know about the project, but they're a German continental team who support African riders. I've actually met the team's DS, Anton Wiersma, before. Should we see if we can grab a word with him?
Surely. Friend of the podcast, Anton, will speak to us.
So right now we have 3 Eritrean riders, but in general our view is broader than just Eritrea. We know after Bini and before that Tekla Heimanot already, cycling is booming there, it's the biggest sport. But before this year we also have had many cyclists from other African countries.
And where does that come from in the team's mission to support African riders? And how do you open that pathway to talent scout these riders and bring them over to Europe?
Yeah, so we've been doing it for a long time now. So more than 10 years we are doing this. And at the start, the idea is, if you start a Conti team, like how can you be different? At the moment, Conti cycling is there's one guy who has some money and likes cycling and put money in the team and has his name on the team. That's not how we work. Our team name Bikeade, it's been there since the start. We haven't changed it. We try to support African cyclists, and that's the core of the team. So we've had our successes. Except Debesai is a good example. He went from our team to Quebec and had a good World Tour session there.
Yeah.
That's what we like to do. That's what we try to develop our guys now as well with the 3 Eritreans at the moment.
Yeah, tell us about the 3 guys you've got on the team racing here. I mean, they're racing this week against guys like Davide Piganzoli, who did an amazing Giro d'Italia. Like, it's pretty awesome for them.
It is. And we try also to really make sure they're aware of this. Like, it's a big opportunity to show themselves in the end. Yeah, they have the biggest dream. They want to go to the Tour de France as well and do the big races. And here they have the chance just to already measure themselves against these guys. Of course, they're really young. They are still learning a lot. But yeah, it's really cool to see and they really enjoy it.
Given that their backgrounds are so different and the infrastructure and investment in cycling in Africa in general is not as good as it is in some of the more traditional cycling countries, what do you find are the biggest challenges facing these riders that you have to teach them as kind of lead DS?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest challenge at start is the visa. Like, to travel to Europe where all the races are happening, it's already a task. We have to plan it in advance. A flight to Eritrea is not cheap. All these costs are coming along, but it's an investment we like to make. We want to do it. So yeah, the guys are then in Europe, and it's not just the cycling life in general, going to the supermarket. We all try to help them also with this. It's part of developing. So actually they live together, the 3 of them, and I'm also there a lot with them in the team house, and there we also speak about other just normal life stuff, just to develop.
Tell us of the 3, like, what are your expectations for them?
So Joel we've had in the team for a bit longer now. We can really see he is like good in breakaways and get the KOM jerseys and so on. The other 2 guys are first year in the team, but with Nahom Ephraim we have a really good talent. Like he's really young. It's his first time in Europe. Like everything is new.
Yeah.
So he's racing now here in France, and like he's asking, but why is this happening? And like then he's like, yeah, it's because in France things go like this, and it's how the racing works. Ah, okay. So and he is really curious in all these things. But actually, yeah, we wanted to take him to the Rwanda earlier this year. But getting a visa, even for an Eritrean person, you need to get an exit visa to leave the country, which at that moment was not organized, so he couldn't start racing yet. So he came to Europe, did Tour of Hellas, and we thought, yeah, we think it's a bit more of a climber, all-rounder guy. First 2 days, top 10 in the sprint, so he has fast legs. So yeah, it's.
So you're excited about him?
I'm really excited about him. Yesterday, unfortunately, I got a bit boxed in and I didn't get the result. But yeah, today is a new chance.
Wishing your boys a good ride today.
A pleasure. Thank you very much.
I'm Yoel up top.
Yoel, nice to meet you. I'm Harry. Tell me how you started cycling.
Yeah, I was starting 2018. I mean, when I see Daniel Tekla in Tour de France, yeah, I started at the time with the mountain bike. And then to 2022, I get a team from local.
Yeah.
This team named Airtel. When I ride 3 years with them, and then I came to Continental Team Bike 8. So yeah, I started like that.
Tell me, what are the strangest things about Europe for you? Your boss was saying that it's a very different life here.
Yeah, it's literally.
It's okay, you can be honest.
Tell us anything. Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit difficult to be here. I mean, it's not easy to the race, especially. It's a little bit difficult for us.
What's the difficulty? Is it being in the bunch and the positioning and the fight, or is it the power?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, big difficult, but it's a little bit in the race, in the fighting, to get a good position. In Africa, normally, if you need, you can move in time.
Yeah.
In Europe, not like that. So.
Africans are more friendly. You have to fight with the Belgians.
Little bit like that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Yoel. Good luck. Enjoy the race.
Thank you. Yeah.
Here is Matty Breschel. We've just wandered over to the EF bus. It's been a while. We haven't seen you for a little while. Good to see you. What are you doing here?
Good question. And now you say bus. I mean, we have a camper. So no, I mean, we're here to race, obviously. Here to try and win some bike races. With a young group of riders. So it's these type of races where you can try different stuff. It's not super locked in on the tactic. And yeah, just develop riders, basically.
What are the opportunities for you, say, with young riders here? What sort of thing are you looking to get out of it for them?
Hopefully help them getting some success and, make them grow as a rider. This race isn't it's not big, it's not a lot of quality riders here, so you can try different stuff, and it's not world tour level. So these young riders can help them feel part of the race.
It's usually a bit more climbing, because you'd come to the Pyrenees and you'd expect more climbing. What sort of difference does that make coming in?
Yeah, but now they added this Andorra race over the last few years, and it's all connected. That's on Sunday, the day after the last stage here in Occitanie. So it's quite hard already, and I think the organizer did well by adding 2 potential bunch sprints the first 2 days here. So that's good.
A little bit of adaptation for the race organizers as well as the riders.
Yeah.
This is a race run entirely by volunteers. I don't know if you knew that, Matty, but I presume that also means in the organisation it's not quite as professional. We understood that Radio Tour wasn't working yesterday. We know you're a music man, Matty, so what was on the radio?
Actually, just pure silence, because man, it was hectic yesterday.
Yeah.
A lot of these young riders obviously also don't have the technique and knowing how to drive in the convoy, and there was crashes left and right.
Really?
And with 35 degrees heat, riders were really suffering. So there was basically riders all over yesterday. So I had enough.
So actually, it was a pretty shit day for you in the end, because also we saw your sprinter Maddie Mikkels. Did he have to do a bike change with 30k to go or something like that? So then he had to chase on like mad.
Yeah.
Second in the end. Happy? Not happy? How's the result yesterday?
We hope for a win, and He came close, but not close enough. That's basically why we're here. Not to fuck shit up, but to win.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. You've got one less rider than the other teams. Like, I'm guessing that this is not a priority race, but like, how does it manage in terms of you've got a squad, like who you bring to the races? Like, what's the thought between? Is it just because you couldn't have enough riders to fill the roster spot? How does that work?
Yeah, we had a lot of injuries this year, and also the big Grand Tours coming up with the Tour de France. And we already did Auvergne or Dauphiné last week, and Tour of Swiss is on. Plenty of races. So yeah, we came here with 6, not 7, and obviously we still prioritize the race. There's still a lot of points, UCI points on stake. So, but still.
You know, Mitch won a stage here back in 2010. Did you not think about giving him a call?
Did he win?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, I never thought he won a bike race.
It was his second and last ever pro victory. That's literally why we're here, Matty. We're making a pilgrimage. We stayed in the place that he won the race last night.
Really?
Yeah.
That's okay.
You raced with Mitch. You crossed over with Mitch, didn't you?
Oh yeah, man. I was teammates with Mitch.
Tell us what he was like, because we think the life in the Peloton audience, they don't really know what Mitch was like as a pro, because he always interviews other people. Tell us what he was like as a pro and a teammate.
Be brutally honest.
No, he was a bit of a prick, to be honest. No. He was a great road captain. Had a lot of experience from the years where he won bike races. He knew how to win. And then obviously grew a bit older like me. And he shared all his experience with the young riders. And he just loved bike racing. And he wasn't scared. And he loved when, I think his favorite race was Paris-Roubaix, and you could definitely feel that energy. And we all feed off his good vibes.
Matty, thank you so much for having a word. Best of luck. Hope you get the win today.
Thank you.
You've got to give Mattis a kick up the arse, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I will try. Otherwise, Tom is going to call me.
Yeah, not Tom, no. The Groupama FDJ team bus. Wow. Big stage win for them yesterday with Thibaut Gruel, their young French fastman. They must be pretty happy. There have been some champagne, I hope, on the bus yesterday.
One would hope so, yeah. This team, I think, houses a young Australian with a moustache and a mullet.
You're joking. A young Mitch Docker regen, possibly. Blake Agnoletto, tell us about yourself, Blake.
So I grew up in country Victoria. I've been doing some road and track for a few years now, and got picked up by Groupama FDJ midway through last year, so I'm still riding in their continental team, but ride up with the World Tour team a lot and gain a lot of experience. I broke my collarbone and elbow 6 weeks ago, so I wasn't meant to be racing this soon, but it's a nice little experience, get thrown back in the deep end and get back into racing.
How was it yesterday evening? Were there celebrations?
Yeah, it was unreal. Like when you get a win in a French team, and then especially with Roman getting the win at Swiss as well. Like we sat on the bus on the way home and it was just electric. And then at dinner, everyone's so happy, have a little glass of champagne, and it's just a little magical experience. So it's great.
You've done loads of basically all French races this year.
Yeah.
There's a sort of tradition to them. How did you find them?
Yeah, they're good, and obviously compared to Australia, the crowds you get here, the atmosphere, it's really nice. And being especially on a French team in these small towns, and you realise how much culture really is behind cycling in this country. It's awesome.
As a young Australian rider, I have to ask about your inspiration. You're from, I think, an hour away from Lancefield, which is where our esteemed leader Mitchell Docker is from.
Had you even heard of him when you were a young man?
Yeah, I remember his crash at Roubaix. This is what I remember, and I have seen some of his stuff. There's a lot of people from where I grew up, like Chris Hamilton,
Chloe Hoskin.
Jack Hay, even Peter Mullins. She was really multiple time national champion, and it's just people we look up to when we were really young, coming up through the ranks, and to get to this point and hopefully beyond.
You're fighting for that World Tour contract, aren't you? It must be quite tough to go from year to year contracts and that kind of thing, where you're just trying to make that step up. Is that fair to say?
100%. It is very taxing and it takes it out of you, but I've given myself the goal to try and get that World Tour contract, and I'm not really stopping anything until I get it. So we'll see at the end of this year, see what we can make happen. I've still got Commonwealth Games next month, so a little bit on the track also, but to get that World Tour contract would be so sweet, and then finally start my pro career, you could say.
Good luck. Enjoy the race.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
3, 2, 1, c'est parti! C'est parti pour la deuxième étape de la route d'Occitanie, CIC 2026.
Well, Stu, we made it to the finish. Stage 2 of the Route d'Occitanie. It's about 2.5 kilometers to go. I hope you can hear the ambience behind us. What have we been up to today?
Oh, what have we been up to? We've been enjoyed a little baguettes, a little bit of motorway driving, but that's not important. What's important is that we've made it to watch some racing.
Yeah, we
have some mountains to look forward to, but today we've got it's a little bit uphill. I mean, a sprint finish, but it's a little punchy.
Well, it's a little bit of a punchy sprint. It looks like it's going to be a sprint finish. There's about 50 riders left in the peloton, but we're standing on this amazing concrete bleachers that go all the way along the road. It's almost like it was made
for bike racing.
Yeah, it really
I think
was.
This town has a history of motor racing, perhaps.
Yeah, so maybe it was an old hill club.
Yeah,
there you go. Good bit of knowledge. You've done your research.
I've been paying attention to the road signs.
So we've got 2 kilometers to go in the race now. We've got Groupama on the front. I guess they want to do the double with Thibaut Gruel.
Oh, yeah.
We've also seen Matty's Estonian sprinter, Mattis Mikkel, who said he would need to give a kick up the arse. He bloody had another bike issue with 10k to go, and brutal. I don't think he'll make it back on for the sprint.
Absolutely brutal, yeah. We also saw Tim Rex reeling in the breakaway like an absolute monster. I think we need a better nickname for Tim Rex.
Well, how about the fisherman?
Because
he always reels them in.
Yeah.
It was great. We literally saw the pain face of Tim Rex.
Live and in person.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
He managed to catch the breakaway just before the line. They've done a little 10k loop. They came through the line a few minutes ago, and we saw some of the GC guys going for some bonus seconds. Lucas Naroka from EF got the first, and Davide Pegonzoli was second. But 1 kilometer to go. Should we call it in, Stu?
Any minute now. Let's see.
We've got the most amazing view. We can see the last 150 meters perfectly as it curves up towards us.
Magnifique.
We're under the Flamme Rouge now. Groupama FDJ leading it out. They've got their man Thibaut Gros in the red leader's jersey, but Decathlon are up on the outside. They've got Noah Isidore, who's quite a handy finisher himself. Here they come.
Here they come. It's absolutely rapid.
Wow, it's still all together.
Who have we got?
Whoa, look at them go.
Look, we've got the nod.
Looks like the group.
Gone.
Oh, so just on the line. The Decathlon rider.
You called it, Noah Isidore. You were correct.
Noah Isidore, there you go. And he gave the gun symbol celebration.
Oh, very good.
There's some extremely hot-looking cyclists rolling past us here, just coming across the line. But a nice win from 21-year-old Noah Isidore on the Decathlon team. It's his first real pro win. He'll be absolutely delighted.
French race, French winner.
2 days in a row. And Decathlon and Groupama have now shared the spoils, the 2 big French teams, sharing the wins. No win for Cofidis, thank God they didn't win after we slagged them off this morning. But yeah, that was great fun.
On the topic of winners, we've brought to you in the past winner of Kurna Brussels Kurna, Bobby Traxel. We had Connor Swift, winner of Trouble Lyon.
Correct.
And then this episode, we have none other than Canada's favourite son.
Who's that? It's not Justin Trudeau, is it?
Chad Kroger. No. It's Mike Woods, 2 times winner of this very race, Route d'Occitanie. Let's hear what he has to say about it.
I mean, the greatest race in Europe, in arguably the world.
Only a 2-time winner would know that.
Exactly.
You had some amazing results in your career. Tour de France stage win, podium monuments. Where does it live on that kind of roster for you?
You know what? It lives pretty high up because before Occitanie, I had so many fails in stage races. I never won a stage race except for Occitanie. And I had so many close ones where I've had leaders jerseys at a lot of big races. I had leader jerseys where I lost on the final day, and I started to think it was a curse. And then to win this race, even though it's not the biggest race, win the actual overall was really nice. So it ranks pretty high for me. I love it for a lot of reasons. One, it's an hour's drive max from my house in Andorra. So it's wildly convenient. I do it often in preparation for the tour. And yeah, it's a dodge because all of the best guys are going to Dauphiné or they're going to Tour de Suisse. But it's nice because you go and sometimes you need to remind yourself that you're a good cyclist.
Yeah.
And like when you're always racing in the World Tour, and especially if you do Dauphiné or Swiss and the Tour, even if you're one of the best guys in the world, often you feel like, man, I'm a shit cyclist. Like you just get your ass kicked by Tadej Pogacar. And even when I'm on my best days in the World Tour, even when I've won in the World Tour, there are moments where I thought, man, I'm gonna drop out here. And when you drop down to like the point one or HC level, you have less of those, and you're kind of reminded, okay, no, this is why I belong in the World Tour. I actually think it's one of the best places to prep for the tour.
I often think that guys who are incredible climbers, top 10 but they're like not even a sniff of a win, and they just go from World Tour race to World Tour race to World Tour race. I'm like, man, it must be so disheartening because you're brilliant, you're world class, but you can't buy a win,
2017 was my second year World Tour. I think I did 83 World Tour race days. Like I didn't drop down at all, and I didn't get a single win that season. And I just got my head kicked in constantly. And I needed that reminder. I needed the reminder of just like, okay, no, I'm good. This is why I'm getting paid. And yeah, like the next year we did drop down to a couple other little smaller races, and it just made me feel better about myself.
Yeah, nice to go and smash a load of French Pro Conti riders in their backyard.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like it was like I was like racing against chumps at this French.
Yeah, we're definitely selling the race short.
It's still like they were garbage guys. Like I think it was the first year I won it. I still beat Rodriguez in a solo effort. Like him and the guy who ended up winning.
You put a minute into him on stage 3.
Yeah, it was good.
Hell yeah.
He just come fourth at the tour. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not like there's slouches, but certainly a way more laid back vibe at this race relative to the Dauphiné and the Tour de Suisse. And those two races are they're such pressure cooker races. Like you go to those races and guys still haven't secured roster spots. I've done those races where I was trying to get on the tour roster and you're desperate and everyone's desperate. You feel that desperation. You feel from especially the guys trying to position their leaders. And then the leaders are trying to prove themselves and prove fitness. And so it's just this build. And that pressure doesn't seem to get released in the time between that race and the tour. Often I think you see those guys doing those two races and then they come apart in the third week. And I think that's part of it.
Tell us about what you're doing.
What I'm trying to do basically is do a bunch of different ways to race. I feel like there's a little bit of juice left in the lemon. I want to squeeze it out as much as possible. I am getting old. I'm starting to feel it. And then this past year and a half, the main reason why I stopped being a pro cyclist, I'm feeling a bit more fatigued. I'm not recovering as fast as I used to, but I still like have this desire to compete, and I still have this desire to just explore and do ultra endurance challenges. I'm a huge believer of jumping into the deep end. That's the best way to learn. So it's the same thing with gravel. I didn't really dip my toes in. I just jumped all the way and did Unbound. Got my ass kicked. Next up is going to be Leadville, which is a mountain bike race. I've never done a mountain bike race in my life. Yeah, and I'm going to get my ass kicked there, but I'm excited to tell that story too.
This is the year in getting your ass kicked, but maybe year 2.
Yeah, I mean, if I survive this season, then yeah, hopefully you'll do another one.
Mike, thank you so much for joining us. 2-time winner of the greatest race in the world.
Greatest race.
Where can people catch you in terms of what you're up to this year, Mike?
Check out my website, michaelwoods.cc, or on my Instagram, rusty_woods.
Perfect. Great stuff. Cheers, man. Enjoy the rest of your season.
Thanks, buddy.
Mike Woods, what a legend.
What a legend. Always great to hear from him. And continuing our hot streak of winners on Life in the Pelotons, Race Radio presented by SHOKZ. It's always great to talk to Mike because he has so many interesting things to say, which is, don't want to sound harsh, a bit of a rarity for a pro cyclist.
But he's also got a YouTube series now as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, just dropped. It's called Ways to Race. It's kind of a series that he's going to be doing throughout the year as he goes on this crazy adventure as a privateer doing, we heard all the stuff he's doing. It's on the Ventum Racing YouTube channel. That's the bike brand that sponsors him. So yeah, check that out. Definitely worth a watch. We've got a little correction to make, don't we though, Stu? Because We were saying that we had the best view in the house for the sprint finish yesterday, but what happened?
I stand by that statement. Yeah, winner Noah Isadora is he was declassified for a bit of argy-bargies, a bit of elbow out in the run into the sprint finish.
It was the excessive use of elbows was the commissaire's note there. We watched it back. It was, to be fair to us, it was before they became.
Yeah, we couldn't see it. I mean, I don't think we should be commentators anyway, but we couldn't see it.
No, Stuart, I want to know your opinion. Do you think it was a correct decision or not? You need to cast the vote of judgment.
Two things. He was protecting his front wheel, which, as I understand it, is an important thing to do when you're racing. I wouldn't know. I've never raced, but you've got somebody kind of coming in and they might crash you. Let them know you're there. Don't let go of the handlebars because you're coming into a sprint finish. That would be mental, I would assume. Number two. I mean, the bit that we saw, the final 100 meters, was unaffected by it.
No, it didn't. There was a very clean sprint to the line.
Yeah,
both of them were well placed. So,
and
I think
how would you feel if you were then you were the new winner? Like, what would that feel like?
Exactly. I think it's a really interesting question because the guy Ronan Auger, also a Frenchman on the Unibet Tietema Rockets by Bas Tietema and the crew. I don't know the full team name, sorry. I mean, he won.
Rose Rocket.
Oh, yeah. God, see, I did get it wrong. I said about 16 words there.
Most of them were correct.
The fact of the matter is, he got out-sprinted in a fair and square race to the line.
Yeah.
So, isn't that a hollow victory?
Yeah.
Like, deep down, wouldn't you think?
I mean, I'm never going to win anything. So if my one occasion to win something was like that, I would probably feel a little bit hard done by. So
it was your man Isadora's first pro win.
I know, heartbreak.
Took it straight off him. Stripped from him in the chaleur, 37 degrees.
Yeah, a cruel mistress. Where are we? We are sitting by, I think this river's called La Neste. We are in a little town called Arros. When you're going to a race, going to a start is great, going to a finish is great. But especially when you're in a race in the mountains, and the mountains are the Pyrenees, I think you have to get out on a mountain, right?
Absolutely.
That's got to be, and especially with a stage race where you can do that. Because normally you got one day, you have to be pretty selective about where am I going to see the race. But we have the opportunity to come out into the mountains. We've come to Arros, which is in between the Peyresord and the Aspan.
Two iconic climbs of the Tour.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful little town nestled in a valley between these two climbs. I've actually been here before. In the latter part of the year, September, October time, I work on a race called Trans-Pyrenees, which is it's kind of like a coast-to-coast and then back again race. So it goes east-west-east.
It's an ultra-distance race,
It is an ultra-distance race, yeah. It's one of this, I guess you would say it's one of the shorter ones. It's usually around about 2,000 kilometers. It's run by Lostot, who run the Transcontinental race, which I would imagine everybody's kind of heard of. That one's the big boy. It's 4,000 odd kilometers. Oof. They run this other race called Trans-Pyrenees, which is kind of like a throwback to the olden days of racing. So yeah, I've been to Arros before. This is actually the town that the last year's winner, Max Agut, lives in. He's got a bike shop as well. What a place to have a bike shop.
Yeah, beautiful.
And I thought, why don't we pop in and see him? I mean, yeah, we mainly talk about World Tour professional racing, but he was an under-23 racer. He's now a rising star of the ultra scene. He came second at Unbound XL. He came second at Tracker 560. He won Trans-Pyrenees last year. He's about to race in the Transcontinental. He's a bit of a local legend. Why not drop in and...
Yeah, let's have a chat with him.
Before we do that, though, we're going to have to check how to get there. I've been having some trouble with my phone because my data provider's not great.
Yeah, Stu, I was going to say, if there's one thing you need on this trip, it's an eSIM.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Well, an eSIM is, for old fuddy-duddies like us, it blew my mind. I thought that the SIM card was a physical thing only. It is not. You can install an as in a virtual SIM into your phone, and the phone uses that wherever you are. So let's say you need a new phone number because you've got a lover, or you're traveling in somewhere like Andorra. I'm going to be going there for a trip in a couple of months, and I know that my provider charges an arm and a leg for daily usage there, so I'm going to get an eSIM. And this episode is sponsored by Saily, who are one of the leading providers of eSIMs. They've got the best rates, and they absolutely provide 100% amazing service.
I better download that. I mean, but I'm not interested in clandestine affairs, but being able to find Max's bike shop would be pretty useful, and because I'm not getting coverage. But then, like you say, the cost part of it is something to consider as well. You get the best deal wherever you are. So
100%. So yeah, that's Saily. Thanks to them for sponsoring the pod.
Saily, S-A-I-L-Y, like sailing around. I'm asking that because I'm going to download the app right now. Let's do it. Better yet, listeners of Life in the Peloton get an exclusive 15% discount on Saily data plans. You just need to use code PELOSURF at checkout, PELOSURF.
Max, how's it going? And you? Sounds good, man. This is
Harry.
Harry.
Nice to meet you.
Good to see you again.
Hello, who's this?
What's your
Who's
dog's name?
Who's
yeah.
Attila. Attila.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Hey, Attila. Oh, you're friendly, yeah.
You want a coffee? Maybe?
Oh, I would
No?
love a coffee, yeah.
I would love one.
We're starting the interview with Max, with Attila, I hope named after Attila Walter.
Yeah.
Attila, your little Pyrenean mountain dog, and Max Agu, Stu, someone you know well.
Yeah, friend of the podcast. Like we met last year. First Pyrenean winner. I didn't say that before. The first Pyrenean winner of the Trans-Pyrenees race. We saw you yesterday evening, actually, when we arrived. You were coming off the Azet. What's so special about riding in the Pyrenees?
Riding the Pyrenees is quite, like, I would say, simple. You are living definitely at the bottom of any mountains. So anywhere you go, you have to climb some mountains. So here we are in Arro. So yeah, you go Aspen, you go Urquette, you could go Pyrenees, not so far. So yeah, definitely when you are living in the Pyrenees, you have to climb mountains. Even after work, even like before work, even between lunch. Anyway, it's mountain stuff here.
But they're special mountains, these ones, no? Because I think both Stu and I, we prefer the Pyrenees to the Alps. Because it seems like there's something a little bit more calm, beautiful about them. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think the Pyrenees now, it's more, I would say, wild. Like, it's not like big as the Alps. And yeah, we have some calm here that you don't have, like, for sure in the Alps, because there is many countries that share the borders. So here you have just the Spain. Yeah, it's quite fun. It's more calm, and then
It's got its own unique character, I think, in part. And everything's different. Like the chain changes along the way as well, from the Oriental and the Midi, and then you know they're quite different and very, very beautiful. You grew up. You are from nearby. You were racing as an under 23, right? How important is cycling to the culture of like a young French person?
Yeah, but I mean here we have two main sports. It will be cycling, maybe rugby, but yeah, the south of the France is really traditional, I will say. There is no like fancy things. You are not in a big city, so you have Toulouse, but it's so far from here. And then the culture is more about outdoor, I will say. If you live in the Pyrenees, you have of course to ski. You have to run. You have to you have to cycle. If you have like I will say free time, you go cycling, and then the best way to discover the Pyrenees.
Yeah, I love it. You raced under 23. How does those sort of shorter 140, 150 kilometer races compare to you now into ultra?
But I think it was like totally different when I was under 23. I was doing just cycling and I was working in Decathlon, but that's all. Like I get like 15 hours by week in Decathlon, so I have a lot of time to race. Now I'm working for my own. I have my own business, so I have less and less time to ride. Mostly doing Zwift, to be honest, on the balcony in the flat. So maybe my biggest week will be 15 hours of training, because I have to own the shop properly, and then it's more about, I would say, mental to switch between 150 and then ultra distance, because I think in ultra distance for sure you suffer, everybody is suffering, so it's quite to manage how you suffer and then to accept that, more than it's not like comfy to ride like ultra racing. It's like just about you suffer. Others are suffering also.
I wanted to bring it round to the Route d'Occitanie, actually. What can you tell us about the race and I guess the history of it, or your awareness of it as a local person involved in cycling?
The race director are living not far from here, maybe 10 kilometers. So it's like 3 brothers, I think, and the fathers of them. So we are super happy to get them today, not far from the shop and from Arro, because it's we could see like there is a lot of cyclists all around. So for sure they will watch closely the race, and then it's good vibe here too.
You must get loads of cycle tourists around here. What about cycling in general in France? Do you think that it is on a downwards trajectory, or do you think it's maybe coming back up, especially with a certain decathlon rider who's very young and very talented?
To be honest, I think cycling is part of the culture of the France, and then it's it's never like, I would say, on the downside. Like we get Alaphilippe, not so like.
But so exciting and fun.
Yeah, was a great guy, to be honest, for cycling. And now we have Paul SHOKZ, but I will be honest, and we have to not overreact about him because it's still young, and then
he's 19.
Yeah, so he has time, and then I think we have to let him the time that he deserves to progress, and then maybe he will be like on top in like 3 years, 4 years. I hope so, because we are waiting for the Tour de France.
He mustn't go to UAE, no? You think he should stay at Decathlon?
No, I think he will move for sure.
Oh, that would be so sad for me, so sad. No, don't do it, Paul. No, Max, thank you so much for a great interview. Great to see the shop. Shop's called Manivelle. It's just in Arros, so any cycle tourists coming through this region, right, the Aspen, make sure you pop in. We've had a lovely coffee.
Oh yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks to you guys. Pleasure.
Harry, we're perfectly poised to see some bicycle racing now, I dare say.
The smell of bike racing is in the air. The silhouette of mountains beyond us. The red-hot melting tarmac in front of us. Elderly men in baggy lycra are lying down trying to catch some shade.
I mean, some of them I think are trying to catch rays, trying to deepen that already very deep tan.
Rich tan. The clanging bell of mounting cattle. The thrum of race motorbikes coming through. It's starting.
Oh, it's happening. I think the publicity caravan's about to come.
Yeah. And speaking of publicity, this whole series, this show is sponsored by SHOKZ.
Yeah, we would not be here without them.
SHOKZ, I'm sure you guys who've listened to our pod know, is the leading open ear headphone manufacturer. And Stu and I, like we said before, we're a bit dubious about them, but now we're fully converted.
We have for some time now been testing the Open Run Pro 2s.
I use them every single day when I ride to work, as I've said before. I love it.
Never takes them off. I've seen it. I've been using the OpenFit Pros to edit the episode because they also do active noise cancelling, which is great if you're in a noisy spot. No matter your sporting passion, SHOKZ have got headphones to suit you.
100%. If you do sport and you like listening to stuff while doing sport, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And SHOKZ have got a sale on it right now, don't they, Stu?
They do, so there's never been a better time to avail yourself of a set of bone-conducting headphones.
No.
And I've said before, like when I first heard bone-conducting, I thought, that sounds nonsense, how does that work? And it's incredible. You know, like I when I first got them, I put them on and I was listening to music and I said to my wife, I was like, can you hear this? And she's like, no. People have no idea you're listening to something.
No.
But you can also hear everything around you, which I guess sometimes is discombobulating for people because they'll walk over and start talking to you and you're like, I'm in the middle of listening to Life in the Pelotons Race Communique, please stop talking to me. SHOKZ, end of year sale, getting about it. The caravan's here, and it's a bunch of classic cars. That's pretty cool.
It's great.
There's a little bright yellow Citroen 2CV.
Wow, look at that
a youngin on a giving it beans in a Groupama.
Allez!
Magic.
An old lady stepping into the road, risking being run over to collect a couple of badges for a bank. This is so low-key compared to the Tour de France one, but I love it.
I love it. Oh, this couple are fighting over... Oh, yes, we got I don't know what it is. What is it,
Shall I open
Harry?
it up? How would you describe it,
It looks
Stu?
like a beanbag.
A beanbag. Should we see what's inside? I'm opening it up now.
What's inside the beanbag?
It is a bag.
Oh, it's a shopping bag.
Oh, that's
Pretty
nice.
useful.
Yeah, for
What is it for?
the Association
Aid
and support to victims.
of what? Victims of bad podcasting, or?
Yeah, there's definitely a few of those listening to us. Now, Stu, nominally we are here for the race, so we should probably do some coverage. It's the final stage of La Route d'Occitanie here. We're right at the top of the final climb. 2 big climbs to finish the race today. There's a slight problem from my perspective, and that is the top of the final climb, still 30 kilometres to race from here. So yeah, there's a descent, but then there's a bit of a loop into the final town. So you're going to have to be quite brave, I think, to go solo from here. But the thing is, the race is so tight, and we saw the GC guys going for bonus seconds earlier.
Yeah.
And currently, the race favourite, Davide Piganzoli of Visma Lisa Bike, he has a few seconds over the other climbers in the race. So he's already in a good position, but I expect that we'll see him coming up over the front. here. Hopefully on his own, but maybe in a group.
Yeah, that's what we really want to see. We want to see the race cracked wide open up here.
Yeah. One fun little nugget of news in the early breakaway today was one of those young Eritreans on the team Bikeaid team, which is quite nice to see. Not Yoel, who we spoke to, but Nahom Ephraim, the 19-year-old.
Oh, there you go.
Great day out showing himself.
Another young'un.
Fair play to him. There's such a low-key vibe to it, isn't there, Stu? There's only about 50 people up here.
Yeah.
But it's quite sweet. There'll be enough for a little bit of ambience, I think.
I think so, yeah. And there's a little yellow sort of pop-up, easy-up tent thing down there with a group of people playing tunes. So I think
they look like real pro bike fans, didn't they? They had the fold-out camp chairs.
They did.
They had the big speaker system. They had the fridge. They had the cooker with the
big
mocha coffee on it.
Yeah.
They had it all. I saw a group of fans in their camper van spreading pâté onto baguette. Does it get more French than that?
No, it does not.
No.
I love it.
Well, about half an hour till the race comes through, so let's, I think, just enjoy the sunshine.
Get some sun. Lovely. Well, the race est fini. We are still on top of the Col de Val Long Azé. I think that's how you say it.
The only real noises are the sound of crickets around us.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful. It's great fun, wasn't it?
What an incredible race.
As we predicted, and not that hard to predict, really. Davide Pegonzoli attacked after some great setup by Tim, the T-Rex fisherman. Rex reeled in the last breakaway.
He certainly wrecked a few people's days today.
He definitely did. The breakaway Rexer.
Yeah.
And then his teammate, Timon Graf,
there you go.
did a nice pull. And then Pegonzoli was away, and he came over the top past us with about 50 seconds on the rest.
He looked good as well, didn't he?
He really did. It's great when you see it, because you can actually really see how much faster they look. The ones at the front, like he just looked like he was flying and was really composed. Whereas with the slower down, the lower down you get, even in the third group on the road, you're like, oof. They're hanging a bit.
Yeah, that's like, you could dream of that on your very best day, but the front of the race is not accessible to you and I.
Yeah.
But no, it's also, I guess the benefit of being at the on the B races. We said that a few times. I don't think of it that way, but being smaller races is the roads are not packed with fans, so you can actually have, like, it feels a little bit more personal, which is quite nice.
I got on TV, Stu.
You did get on TV, yeah.
Yeah.
Get on the YouTube and you can see Harry wearing a Skill Shimano jersey at the summit.
Got myself a Skill Shimano jersey. I think it was the year that Mitch won his stage, so little nod. I might burn it in a ceremony here.
Oh yeah, a little pyre, nice. Yeah, okay.
A pyre to Mitch's career.
Yeah.
But do you know what? You were mentioning this. We've warmed to Visma Lease boat.
Yeah, after speaking to Robert Wagner the other day, and he was talking about the white jersey program. I think unfairly we might have said before that they're swallowed up by a super team like Visma, and they're just made to do the dog's body work. But they kind of, this is where they get their chance to, shine.
Yeah.
And did he shine? No, of course he did.
That was Pegonzoli's biggest win of his career. Yeah, I still think that Paul Sexas shouldn't sign for UAE though.
No, fair enough.
That was Pegonzoli's biggest win of his career. Took it by more than a minute in the end. He managed to just keep the gap. Behind him, he had a couple of Spaniards, or Basques even, Ibon Ruiz of Kern Pharma, and of course, the eternal Yoni Zagire.
Yeah, I believe he's 37 years old, Harry, which is how old are you?
37.
There we go. Does that give you hope for your sporting career?
Yeah, I'd say I'm past my prime, to be honest, whereas I think Jon's still on the upward trajectory.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, how would you feel coming third at a race in the Pyrenees?
Well, I prefer to come first, to be honest. So
have a little nap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other notable mentions. I was a bit mean about Cofidis earlier in the race, but their young Irishman, Jamie Meehan, got fourth just off the podium.
Yeah,
22 years old. He put in a great battling performance. Really nice to see a talented Irishman climbing up high on the GC rankings. That was great.
Thanks to our sponsors, SHOKZ, who of course are seeing us out here.
I've been Harry.
And I've been Stuart.
We'll see you at the next one.
Au revoir.
I'm just as surprised as you guys. The greatest race in Europe, arguably the world.
It's a bit crazy that a lot of people recognize me.
Mitch was stopping for a beer.
This is live from the Peloton's Race Radio, brought to you by SHOKZ.
Man, it was hectic.